Hi. Welcome back to another episode on the Healthy Wisdom series with Dr. Jan Chen. All right, Healthy Wisdomers, are you guys ready to put some of my governance training into action and start to apply them into your daily lives? Well, today we're going to touch upon what I call three fundamental legged areas of an organization, which then can also be applied to our lives. So I call it our three-legged stool for finding out, a little bit more about what it is that we want to achieve in our lives. And the three stooges are none other than your mission, vision, and values. These are the fundamentals of an organization or a company or a group that is acting as an entity. And we can certainly see why they're really important, because with all three elements together, this forms part of the strategy of how different boards and governance structures are able to move forward in the right direction. Or some may say, the direction that is set forth, by the collective. So we're going to start off with the word mission. I remember like years ago, when I first heard of these three words, I remember going like, I don't know what the difference between what a mission is or a vision is. I kind of had an idea what values were, but they're kind of abstract concepts unless you're kind of in the business world or you've been in plenty of board situations. It's really like for our day-to-day lives, it's really hard to see the parallels. And that's sort of what I wanted to do with these episodes, is to actually be able to kind of apply some of the more business, corporate, structural type of thinking into our daily lives, because as we go into, sort of a different a direction later on when we talk about financials and stuff, you're going to see like even more how do you say, like, intertwining of some of these principles that really does help us in our day-to-day lives as we, go about, in our daily activities. So it is very, very, very important for us to actually understand. In the very least, I certainly hope that, after you've listened to the podcast series, that you'll have a decent understanding, a basic understanding, if not a wonderful understanding of any of these concepts that we're presenting. So what is the mission? Okay, the easiest way that I could boil it down is asking ourselves the fundamental question of, why do we exist, right? And that is the general gist of what the mission statement will answer for you. So whether it's in a company's board, or it's an organizational aspect, or in our lives, why do we exist, right? Actually, this is a question that we probably ask ourselves like from time to time in our lives. And another way to phrase it would be, what is the purpose of our life? Like, why do we even exist, right? Why do we even wake up in the morning? Why do we even go to work? Why do we even like have children? Why do we even have partners? Why do we even get married? These are questions that, are kind of, I guess they kind of stack on top of each other, and they are I'd say questions that we sometimes don't have immediate answers to, but we certainly, from one time or another, I'm sure you've asked yourself these questions in some way, shape, or form. And so if we can get clear on our mission, and in other words, our purpose in life, then I believe we will have a way better handle on what it is that we want to accomplish, within the short lifespan that we have in this world. So what I'd like to do is introduce a small activity to better help you get to your life purpose. And so at the end of this activity, hopefully you'll be able to come up with a little statement as to, what it is that is the purpose of your life, because everybody's is probably going to be different. Now, at the end of at the show notes, I will attach a link. I will have a link to the PDF that I have created for you guys. So, bear with me if you've missed anything. Don't worry. We will certainly be able to, send you the PDF. Or you can email me to get access to the PDF. I am definitely not super tech savvy, but we will certainly get the piece of worksheet for you or to you as best we can. But I will kind of verbally go through it with you. And I've taken it from the one that I've done many years ago. But it is interesting to see like how far or if anything has changed since then. So one of the first things that we do is we have to list out 2 unique personal qualities about yourself, right? So that's the first area that I want you to like just take a couple of minutes, and just follow along. We'll do this, kind of in like real time right now. And then what I want you to do after, this episode is over is I want you to then go and print out the PDF and redo it, on your own time and revise it year after year in order for you to actually get to the ultimate life purpose statement for you. Okay. So list 2 unique personal qualities that you feel that you have. Okay. And that could be any quality that you see. A lot of times, so on my sheet of paper, I said I am passionate, and I put / like on my energy. I'm super energetic in that sense. And for those of you who know me, you could probably relate to, how I express myself, and the amount of energy, that we certainly sense, when you walk in the door, and that's sort of, how I kind of have described, myself in terms of my unique personal qualities. The second scenario is to list 1 or 2 ways that you enjoy expressing those qualities. So when you're interacting with other people, so as I've kind of just alluded to just now, when people enter a room that I'm usually in, one of the things that I try to do is always emanate like my positive energy. And so that's my way of actually spreading love and happiness, and it's through that energy that I do that. And so therefore, in that line, you would probably write, spreading your love and happiness to everyone that walks in the room. Right. And that's how I see myself, spreading the love and energy. And the third thing is, to kind of go into like an imaginary sort of scenario where, so say if the world was just absolutely perfect and your world, was absolutely what you have always dreamed it would be, there is no negative, there is no struggles, challenges, like in a perfect world, what would it look like to you, and how does it feel, so I'd like you to kind of describe that for me. What would the perfect world like look like and feel like to you, And I'd like you to just, just in a couple of sentences, describe that to me. So in my, as an example, in my statement, I said, in my perfect world, everyone is healthy and happy. There are no stresses, no troubles, and everyone loves one another. It is sunny. The temperature is warm. and I see laughter all around me. I am filled with a warm, loving feeling that radiates to my surroundings. So that was more than 2 sentences, but you get what I mean. You want to be able to describe it in a way that you can kind of picture the world that you're trying to see and feel. So that's, just some, a little way to get you started. And last but not least, on the fourth category, what you want to do is then you want to combine everything that you've listed in the previous 3 categories into one single sentence. And what that does is it completes, the life purpose statement. So for example, in mine, my purpose is using my energy and passion to spread love and happiness to everyone I encounter and help them achieve the highest state of health and happiness. So that's the statement that I was able to put together by combining all the 3 broken down areas that we talked about previously. All right, Healthy Wisdomers, I hope you guys have enjoyed that episode, and I certainly look forward to hearing some of your life purpose statements. Please take a minute to share, to subscribe, and to follow us on this podcast series, and let's invite more people to join us on this journey. This is the Healthy Wisdom Series with Dr. Jen Chen. We'll catch you guys next week.